Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritte Naranchi Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudire Nashtiprahesha Vadresha Nityam Bhagavate Sevaya Bhagavati Uttam Shloke Bhaktir Bhakti Naistike. So actually was supposed to have it yesterday, but the pastimes of Lord Balram. So very, very auspicious day yesterday when Lord Balram appears, because Lord Balram is first expansion of Krishna, but at the same time he's not different from Krishna. There is no difference. Both are considered as a supreme personality of God. The only difference, like Prabhupada explained at one place, the only difference between Krishna and Balram are Krishna's bodily color is of the monsoon cloud, like that of monsoon cloud, and Balram's bodily color, as you can see in the picture behind me, is like a spring cloud, white like a spring cloud. So Balramji is, as I said, is the first expansion of Krishna. So first expansion of Krishna, but still Balramji, he takes the position of a servant of Krishna. He wants to serve Krishna in every way possible. In fact, he is the only one who serves Krishna in all the five rasas. In Shantaras, as Krishna's abode, Krishna's flute, Krishna's crown, Krishna's slippers, Krishna's bed, Krishna's asan, everything that relates to Krishna. In fact, the temple that we go to, that is also expansion of Balramji. So, like Mridanga that we play upon, that's expansion of Balramji. Kartal that we play on, that's expansion of Balramji. In any way possible in Shantras, he serves Krishna. In Dasiras also, he, just like when he came as Lakshman with Ram, so Lakshman was always serving Ram. And as Balramji also, he engages in making his Krishna's pastimes, not with Radharani and other gopis, and not in that form, but other pastimes. He makes arrangements for those pastimes. As a Sakyaras, he's best friend of Krishna. He's always with Krishna. He's when they're playing together, he's always playing. Of course, he takes the other side of Krishna because competing parties have to be equal. So he takes that side. And Vatsalaras, because he's elder brother, he wants to, sometimes he can chastise Krishna. He's always looking after Krishna. And then comes the Madhuraras, conjugal form. So in that ras, in that mellow, because as elder brother he cannot be there, so he expands himself as younger sister of Srimati Radharani, as Anang Manjari. Her name is Anang Manjari, and she is eternally 8 years old. So as little sister of Radharani, she can be in any place with Radharani and Radha and Krishna, wherever Radha and Krishna are there to take care, to serve, to make arrangements. She can be anywhere. So in that form, Balramji expands herself to serve Krishna. So he is also called as Sevak Bhagavan, the one who is serving Krishna. Krishna is Sevya Bhagavan, one who gets served. So this is the mood of Balramji. He wants to serve Krishna. So that's why, if that is the mood of Balramji, who was the first expansion of Krishna, then what about the jivas like us? What should be our mood? We should be looking forward to service, any service that we get. We should be looking after it. But we try to run away from services. But anyway, that is Balramji's mood. So Balramji, when he came in Krishna Leela, when he appeared in Krishna Leela, we know he appeared as seventh son of Devaki. And when those first six sons were killed, not just killed, they were like slaughtered, mercilessly slaughtered by Kansa. So seventh Garbha, when he appeared in Devaki's womb. So Krishna from Golok Vrindavan, he ordered Yogamaya that you transfer this womb from Devaki's, this pregnancy from Devaki's womb to Rohini's womb. Rohini is Vasudevji's wife, but she was, after Vasudev and Devaki were imprisoned, she went to Gokul to stay at Nanda Baba's palace. Because Nanda Baba and Vasudevji, they are, in a way, they are brothers. They have the same ancestors. So Rohini Mata went there. So Krishna asked Yogamaya to transfer this boy from the womb of Devaki to the womb of Rohini. And when she was transferred from the womb of Devaki, Kansa was very happy because he thought this seventh son of Devaki, or Devaki had a miscarriage because of my fear. She was so afraid of me. She had a miscarriage. He didn't know that Yogamaya has transferred him. And when he was transferred to Rohini's womb in Vrindavan, and he appeared there, then Rohini, Yogamaya came to the dream of Rohini that I'm transferring this womb, and when he appears, he is very, very powerful, and he is the supreme personality of Godhead himself. And Krishna, when asked Yogamaya to transfer that baby, he gave him the name. He says, this boy, although he's non-different from me, and he'll be very powerful, his name will be Bala, and he will be source of pleasure for everybody. So he'll then be Ram. And since he will be combining the two families of Yadus and Vrishnis, so he will be known as Sankarshan. So Balramji, and after 8 days later, Krishna appeared in the prison house of Kansa, and then how he was transferred to Gokul. So Krishna and Balram, they started growing up at Nand Baba's house. And Mother Rohini and Mother Yashoda, they would be looking after them, and although they're supreme personality of Godhead themselves, they were playing their leelas, and as little baby. First they started as little baby, and Mother Yashoda, Mother Rohini would pick them up, and they would be so happy, so pleased seeing little teeth of Balram and little teeth of Krishna coming out. They would be counting those teeth, and these two boys, slowly they were growing, and they would do the pastime of learning how to walk, and walking they would fall down, and the mothers would run to catch them. Gopis would run to catch them. It was so beautiful. Both of them were so beautiful and so charming, so attractive. And when they were growing up, and then they got little older, they would catch hold of the tails of the calves, and the calves would run around in the whole courtyard of Nand Maharaj, where there would be cow dung and urine and the mud, and the boys would just keep on catching hold of the tails, and they would just slide in that mud, and they would get all muddy, and mothers, especially mothers, Yashodamaya and Rohini, they really enjoyed those pastimes of Krishna and Balaram. Actually, Krishna and Balaram, they don't perform these pastimes in Golok Vrindavan, in the spiritual world. They only perform these babyhood pastimes, only on earth. So that's why these pastimes are more sweet, more relishable. For both, for Krishna Balaram also, and for the mothers also, and for the gopis also, for Nanda Baba also. So when they grew a little, Uh, we know the story of that's very popular during Kartik Damodar Leela. So in Damodar Leela, I'm not going to go through the whole story because that's more pertaining to Krishna. But where Balramji's part was there, when Yashoda Maya tied up Krishna with the ukhal, and she went inside to take care of her work. So Balramji came over there, and Balramji got very angry. And how come Krishna is tied up like that? So he was really angry and started shouting, "Who tied up Krishna? Come here and open him, untie him right away." Even he himself was not daring to untie Krishna. He was just screaming, "Whoever has tied him up, come on, come here and untie him." So Yashoda Maya heard for a while, and then she came out. And they said, "What's your problem?" I tied him up. He was very naughty. He broke the pot and he fed the butter to all the monkeys. He's very naughty and he needs to be punished. I tied him up. And Balramji was angry. How can you tie up Krishna? You don't know who Krishna is. He is the same who in Satyuga who came as Narsingadev who killed to kill Hiranyakashipu. He came as Vamandev. He came as Varahadev to kill Hiranyaksha. He came as Ram who killed Ravan. And Balramji was counting all the incarnations of Krishna. And Yashodamaya was standing there listening. Yeah, she said, all the incarnations had to take birth in my house. So Balram just like, untie him right now, otherwise I will burn the whole universe down. Actually, Balramji is Anand Shesha, and at the time of devastation, actually, the fire comes up from Anand Shesha's mouth that burns the whole universe, actually. And Yashoda Maya, now she got really angry. She said, now there was one boy who was creating trouble, that was good enough, and now the other boy has come. Now he is creating more trouble. So the stick that she had left over there, because she was with the stick she was scaring Krishna, she picked up that stick and she told Balram, "You run away from here right now, otherwise I'll tie you up also, and I'll beat you up also." And Balramji ran away from there, and running away, he told Krishna, "See, I told you, don't go and steal so much of yogurt. Now what can I do? Now you just remain tied up. I cannot untie you." And Krishna is looking like a very innocent little baby, and he's looking at Balramji running away, and he's looking at Mother Yashoda, who's now more angry than she was before. And all the cowherd boys were at the boundary wall, and they were laughing and giggling, but they had no courage to come inside and untie Krishna because they were all afraid of Yashoda. Yeah. So one day, when all the boys and Balramji, Krishna, they were there in the forest. And the boys told, "Oh, Krishna, Balram, this is such a beautiful forest, and very nearby there is a nice kunja, nice garden. There are beautiful thal trees with very, very sweet and aromatic fruits it has. So why, because we are very hungry, why don't we go and eat those fruits?" And Balramji, when he heard the cowherd boys saying like that, he said, "Yes, yes," because he is always ready to take care of his devotees. So they went to the Talvan, and they were definitely those true tall thal trees were there. So Balramji went and he shook one thal tree, and many fruits fell down. And before they could pick up those tal fruits, the Dhenukasura, who was in charge of that forest, he came running. He was in the form of a donkey. So he came running to the place, and he saw Balramji standing there near the tal tree. So he understood Balram must be the one who shook up this tree. So he ran towards Balramji, and this Dhenukasura, he was very big, huge donkey, very tall. And when he came near the Balramji, he turned around because on the donkeys there, it is said the power is in the hind legs, in the legs in the back, because that's how they hit somebody. So he came to Balramji and he turned around and with his full force he hit Balramji on his chest with his hind legs. Nobody could have survived that. But Balramji was standing just like that, and he felt like some cowherd boy has thrown some flowers at him. It was it was not strong enough. So Balramji caught hold of this donkey's hind legs and he just twirled them around and twirled, rotated and rotated, and then he threw him up in the tall trees. So Dhenukasura, for first time he has ever experienced this kind of treatment. So he fell down. He went all the way up on the tall tree, and then he fell down from there. And with his falling, he broke so many tall trees. So Bhagavatam just concludes this pastime here. It says he just died. But Garg Samhita goes further. It says, so Dhenukasura, when he fell down, he became unconscious and his head was circling for a while. But then he got up and then he looked at Balram. He said, Balram is very strong. I'll better attack Krishna. So he went to Krishna. And again, went to Krishna, and as soon as he saw Krishna, he turned around and with his full force, he hit Krishna with his hind legs. And Krishna also got hold of his hind legs, and he picked him up and twirled him around and just threw him far away. And actually, it is said that he fell down near Govardhan. So Dhenukasura fell down and he got up and he said, oh, Krishna is also very strong. So he picked up Govardhan hill and he picked up Govardhan, the whole Govardhan, and he threw it at Krishna. So Krishna caught hold of Govardhan in the air and he threw it back at Dhenukasura. Dhenukasura said, what is this? And he caught hold of Govardhan and he threw it back at Krishna. Then Krishna said, no, this is not right. Govardhan is not here for that. So he just caught Govardhan and put him down at his right place. In fact, Govardhan was enjoying all this throwing here and there, like all the time he's sitting down and somebody is picking him up and throwing him, and Krishna was catching. So he was like, oh, this is my service to Krishna. This is nice. But then Dhenukasura thought, Krishna is also very strong. He went back to Balram. Again, he went to Balram. And Balram again caught hold of him and threw him again. And he again fell down, again got up. And now cowherd boys were also into the fight. And somebody was throwing rocks at him and somebody was punching Dhenukasura. Because cowherd boys, although they were little, but they had full faith in Krishna Balram. That no matter what, these boys, Krishna Balram will protect us. So then it went on for a while, and again Dhenukasura came and he tried to attack Balram, and Balramji again caught hold of his hind legs, and this time he twirled him around very strongly, and just when he was twirling him around, Dhenukasura practically died, and Balramji again threw him up in the air on tall trees, and now he fell down dead. And then Dhenukasura's friends came. They all attacked Krishna and Balram, and Krishna and Balram just killed them all. Again, they just picked them up from their legs and they twirled them around and just threw up in the trees. And when they fall down, they would die. So all these donkeys, in fact, they were of different colors, different and huge donkeys. And when they fell down, it looked like there were clouds of different colors. And so many thal fruits were there, and that's what cowherd boys had asked Balram and Krishna to give them. But after seeing all the massacre there and blood, and the boys said, no, we don't want to eat these fruits. They're all tainted now. So the main purpose of coming there was to get Dhenukasura killed. So it was done. So they all went back. And there were so many pastimes of Krishna and Balaram. So many. And once there was a demon named Pralambasura. Pralambasura, he came, he was sent by Kamsa. In fact, all these demons were sent by Kamsa. He came and he joined the party. That day, Krishna and Balaram had made two teams, and there was going to be a tug of war. So Pralambasura, he joined Krishna's party. He thought that Krishna is very strong. Let me kill Balramji. And then once he is killed, then Krishna will die in his separation anyway. So the tug of war started, and Balramji's party was victorious. Balramji's team was victorious. So the wager was that Krishna's team, they have to carry one member from Balramji's team. Everybody has to carry one member each to a certain distance on their back. So Krishna picked up Shridham, and this Pralambasura, he picked up Balram. His point was that I'll take him deep into the forest and kill him over there. So Pralambasura started running from that place where they were playing. And after a while, he was still running, and Balramji said, stop, you are supposed to carry it up to this point. And Pralambasura kept going into the middle of, deep into the forest. And Balramji first didn't understand what's going on. Who's this boy? And then Pralambasura, he really showed his form. So his name was Pralamba. Pralamba means very tall Asura. He became so tall, and Balramji was, no, what happened here? Something is wrong. And then he understood this is an Asura. And Balramji, he is Balram. He is the source of all the strength. He's very powerful. So he just understood this is a demon who's trying to kill him. So he just made his fist and he just hit it hard on the head of Pralambasura. And just one punch, and Pralambasura fell down dead. And Balramji came back to his friends. So, of course, there are so many other pastimes, but Bhaktivinoda Thakur in his book, Chaitanya Shikshamrita, he explains that there are so many demons who got killed in Vrindavan by Krishna and Balaram. But all these demons who got killed in Vrindavan, they represent one or the other anartha in our heart. And if we read these stories or hear these stories with full faith, then those anarthas get removed. But there is a special case. In case of demons killed by Krishna, those anarthas get removed by the mercy of Krishna. We just have to hear properly. But in case of demons killed by Balramji, those anarthas they represent is what we have to work upon to remove them from our heart. So Dhenukasura was a donkey, and he represents an anartha of ass-like mentality. Like their mentality is to work very hard for material goals, and they are very foolish, less intelligent. So we have to work hard, yes, in our material lives, but at the same time, we don't have to be so foolish that thinking that by my working hard only I'm getting ahead, or I'm making ends meet, or by working hard I can please my boss, and then he gives the money, and then I can take care of the family. Otherwise, I will not be able to. On the other hand, a devotee thinks what? Of course, he also works hard. It's not a devotee doesn't. Devotees are lazy. It's not that. But they have full faith in Krishna. They have taken shelter of Krishna. So working hard is good, but we have to understand the results of our action are given by Krishna, not by our bosses or anybody else. So that mentality is what we have to remove slowly, slowly. And Pralambasura, he was very tall. What does he represent? He represents the anarthas, the desires that we have in our heart. And they're very tall, I mean, they're very hard to overcome desires. And those desires are of, I call it iPad. Actually, it means pride, adoration, no, I'm sorry, profit, adoration, and distinction. So anything that we do, especially when we come and do perform spiritual activities, we want some profit, material profit, whether in terms of money, power, position, or followers. And then we want adoration from others. We want everybody to come and give us respect and distinction. We want to be distinguished. We want some distinction that we are a distinguished devotee, or he's very exalted devotee. She's very advanced devotee. We love to hear these. But whenever we hear these words, we should understand Pralambasura has entered our heart. Whenever we have the desire, even desire to hear, and like he entered the group of Krishna's cowherd boys in a very disguised way. So these qualities, they appear in our heart in a disguised way. We think, oh, I'm making progress, that's why it's natural for me to have all these things. What is wrong? But it's Pralambasura enters in a disguised way. It means we cannot really make out if the Asura is there or if it's really Krishna's mercy is there. Is it my desire to have profit, adoration, distinction, or is Krishna's mercy? We call it Krishna's mercy, but it's actually our desire. We have to work on it. And the desire for adoration and respect is what Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur said. For a devotee, this desire is as abominable as a boar's dung or a hog's stool. One should run away from this desire of getting respect from others. Why? Because this desire, when it grows in our heart, it makes us think I'm making lots of advancement because so many people are respecting me. But actually, we are not making advancement on the path of bhakti. We are just getting enamored by the fringe benefits of bhakti. And our bhakti will stop right there. We don't want any respect. We don't want any distinctions. No adoration. All we want is to serve Krishna. So this is what Pralambasura represents. So anyway, there's so many more pastimes, wonderful pastimes of Balaramji. Maybe tomorrow we will have 1 hour session on this. So we'll continue tomorrow with Balaramji's pastimes. So I'll stop here. See anybody has any questions or comments?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, I have a question. Prabhuji, how to overcome these things that you were talking about, the anarthas that we have? Yes, definitely by chanting, that is there, and fixing on our faith. But I mean, how to work on those? I mean, mercy, definitely we can't do it ourselves. It is like Krishna's mercy, then it will happen.
First thing is we should try to serve with a sincere, clean heart. When we try to serve, then there's even the thought of getting respect goes away. And Krishna's real mercy will be, of course, for a pure devotee like Prabhupada, Krishna made him popular all over the world and he had so many followers. That's a different story. But for people like us who have no devotion, or well, you're from Dham, so you're different. For people like us who have no devotion, and Krishna makes sure we get insulted, that's his real mercy. Because then we understand it's not anything that I am doing I'll get any respect for. It's all by Prabhupada's mercy that I get some results of my actions. So we think that I am the doer, and that's why people should respect me for what I've done. But this is wrong. This is materialistic way of thinking. Devotional way of thinking is whatever I've done or whatever I've accomplished, it's only by mercy of Prabhupada or Guru. So on my own, I have no qualifications. So when one gets insulted, he understands he has no qualification. And that is when he can really take shelter of Krishna. Otherwise, he gets puffed up and he doesn't make progress. He doesn't take shelter. So forget about making any progress. Is that okay, Mata?
Yes, Prabhuji, thank you.
Of course, at the same time, we have to give respect, proper respect to all the devotees. We should not think, oh, Prabhu, I'm helping you by insulting you. No. That will be offense. We have to give the respect. But the person in front should not think that because I am doing something, I'm getting respect. Any other question or comment?
Very, 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 very nice class, Prabhuji. It was just, I hope I can make all these things into practice. It was really as if it was all for me. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
We all are in the same boat, Mata.
Thank you so much. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Thank you, Mata. Jai Shri Hare Krishna, everybody. You all have a wonderful day.
Hare
Jai
Krishna.
Shri Prabhupada, Hare Krishna.